Sacramento Market President Kathy Sola and your team for this great Community Focus Award. We want to thank the community leaders who selected UCP and Northern California's recipient of the Bank of America's Neighborhood Builders Grant. The Bank of America Neighborhood Builders Grants provide UCP the capabilities to stretch our programs so that we can serve more children, more adults, more of their families in our respite, autism center, and independent living programs. We've not received any increase from state funding for 15 years for our programs. We're working off of dollars from the year 2000. Yet we ensure that 90 cents of every dollar raised by UCP goes directly back into programs and services. We're the leading comprehensive provider for programs and services, serving almost 5,000 children and adults born with a developmental disability here in Sacramento. For 60 years, we've been empowering individuals born with intellectual disabilities, autism, epilepsy, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, and other developmental disabilities. UCP actually only serves about 14% of individuals with developmental disabilities that have cerebral palsy. The funding will mean that we can address the need for families in rural areas, families who have a child with autism, and help adults as independent as possible. The Family Rural Respite is our pilot project. We are expanding out to El Dorado County, providing family respite services to 120 families who have no access to respite today. Half of those families have a child under the age of 10 with a developmental disability. Our support makes that family stronger. Our Autism Center at Sac State needs to build capacity while going through a transitional funding process. Prior to legislative action, ACE was funded by the regional center here in California, but by action by the state, the health insurance companies were mandated to fund socialization programs so vital to a child with autism growth and development. The result of the neighborhood building funding will be twofold. One, the number of children in our program will increase from 13 to full capacity of 45 children. And secondly, we have secured funding from private health insurance. UCP's Community Living Arrangement Program and Program Class, this is funding to provide one-on-one targeted services for children and adults who seek the necessary skills to live independently with their parents or in their own residence, avoiding institutionalization. We are appreciative of Bank of America for recognizing their leadership in community support, and that people with developmental disabilities can live life without limits that are powered with the right tools. So that's the script. So off script, I would just like to say that Kathy and I spoke earlier this morning, and this is probably the 6th or 7th time that UCP has actually applied for this grant. So my words of advice is don't give up. You know, it's very important that you continue to partnership and collaborate and build relationships in this community. And even though you don't get it right the first time, you just can't push those organizations away, because it is a community here in Sacramento, and it's a valued community in Sacramento. And I can look around the room and look at the folks that are in this room and the relationships that I've only been here a very short period of time in this role, about 10 years. And the relationships that's been built in 10 years has just been unbelievable. And they're just not partnerships and relationships in business, they've turned into personal relationships too. I actually enjoy a lot of these people that hang out with here in Sacramento, which is pretty cool in itself. So it's a great community. And Bank of America always says, thank you for what you're doing for the community. I say we need to thank Bank of America for everything they're doing in this community. Because without your support, you know, as I said earlier, UCP would not be where we are today without great support like Bank of America, and they've been supporting us for years and years and years. So it's a great combination, and it continues to work. So as nonprofits, we've got to continue to, you know, maintain and sustain and grow and continue to look ahead for what's next versus kind of looking behind and what is done in the past. We need to look to see what's right for us in the future. So, and Bank of America is a great partner to do that for us. So thank you very much. Thank you, Bank of America, for the award. I sure appreciate it.